we're celebrating Wisconsin Agricultural Tourism Week. Governor Evers has proclaimed September 22nd through October 2nd, Wisconsin Agricultural Tourism Week, and we're really fortunate in Wisconsin to celebrate the strengths of both industries, of the agriculture industry and the tourism industry, and talk about how we can kind of connect the dots between the two of them and teach everybody a little bit about where their food might come from. One of Governor Evers' favorite terms is connecting the dots, and this is a great way to celebrate how so much of what we consume might be produced right here in the state of Wisconsin. And for people who are traveling around the state or into the state, they can not only celebrate this fresh, healthy, nutritious food that Wisconsin farmers produce or that processors process, but they can also celebrate the history of what makes Wisconsin special and what makes it great. So that's that tourism link. If you're coming here from someplace else, you might know about Wisconsin as America's dairyland, but we're also the top producer of cranberries. We have ginseng, which almost no other state has, and of course we have this great team called the Green Bay Packers that helps us celebrate our livestock and meat processing industry as well. So this gives people a chance to come to Wisconsin and celebrate that and so much more. We're here at Four Winds Farms, and in this tremendous barn that's been restored. And one of the keynotes of this operation is promoting and encouraging sustainability. And the thing that's wonderful about that is it helps tell the story about how Wisconsin farmers, no matter where they are, no matter what they farm, no matter if they're big, medium, or small size, they care about the sustainability of their operation. They care about sustaining their soil and water for future generations. And I think that's a really important story to tell as well. Wisconsin's fortunate again to have tremendous land and water resources, and we need to keep investing in those. And we've really seen great opportunities over recent years where Governor Evers has found ways to work with the legislature to make those investments so that hopefully 5 years, 10 years, 20 years and more down the line, we'll be able to celebrate the sustainability of agriculture in Wisconsin. And places like Four Winds Farm help tell that story.
I grew up with a farm in the family. We never lived on the farm, but there was always a farm. My grandparents had a farm, and my father had a farm down in Tennessee. So when I moved up to Wisconsin and I attended the University of Wisconsin in horticulture, being out in nature and on the farms was a natural for me. And this farm in particular, I fell in love with this barn. I just thought it was so beautiful, and being so close to Madison, I thought it would be a wonderful way to share what I've gotten from being on the land with the urban community. Horticulture is my passion. We grow hops, that's the hop yard back there, and that's actually a horticultural crop that used to be a big crop in Wisconsin back in the day. And now we're just inch by inch moving toward converting corn and soybean fields into sheep pastures and hay fields and orchards and just whatever else excites us.
We have a chance to, I like to call it know your farmer, know your food. No matter where you are in Wisconsin, there's some way for you to connect with where your food comes from. And I think we saw, unfortunately, when the pandemic started, there were those shocks to the supply management that led people to go to a grocery store and see that there were certain things missing that we are accustomed to. And I think that created this notion or this connection that people have to food, how important it is, how important that there's resiliency and consistency on being able to find it. And I think that helped people to make that connection, to try to know more about where their food comes from. And in many cases, that means that they sought out a local producer, somebody who's right down the road. And again, in Wisconsin, that's a great thing, because I mentioned we're America's dairyland, but we have a thriving livestock and meat processing industry. We produce just about any kind of vegetable you can imagine. We're number 3 in potatoes. Maple syrup is a strength. If you're looking for something that's fresh, healthy, nutritious to consume, we have it right here in the state. And this week, Wisconsin Agricultural Tourism Week, and quite honestly, any other week in Wisconsin, helps you make those connections even more so.
Whereas this week, the state of Wisconsin joins all Wisconsinites in honoring the dedicated farmers, rangers, growers, producers, foresters, and agricultural professionals throughout our state, and in recognizing the importance of agriculture and agricultural tourism to our cultural and economic livelihood. Now therefore, I, Tony Evers, Governor of the state of Wisconsin, do hereby proclaim September 22nd through October 2nd, 2022 as Wisconsin Agricultural Tourism Week.